Greetings petrol heads, welcome back to Automation the Car Company Tycoon game, and today I'm gonna show you two more revisions. Firstly, there is the CS250 now, there is the second generation. The changes on the front are pretty minor. We get some actual vents surrounding these chrome bars. We got singular vents down here rather than three of them, and we also have some fog lights. And instead of having one massive vent over here, we have six smaller ones on each side, 12 in total, because it's a 12-cylinder engine. And on the rear, we have a totally new design. Leave me feedback on how you find that. Was it better or worse than the old one? And that's pretty much it for the aesthetics. The engine has gotten a retune. It has now 300 horsepower. We went pretty aggressive on the cam profile. I mean, it's still 43, but that is solely because you're not going to get much use of having a really high cam profile in these early years when engines don't rev very high. 5500 is as high as this can go before it starts making problems. We still got a 4-barrel twin carburetor and configuration, but with performance intakes now for a little bit of extra airflow, extra power. And apart from that, I think it's pretty much the same now. 300 horsepower though is really gonna make this thing fly. Especially because it still only weighs 1145 kilograms, even with handmade interior, phonograph, advanced safety. And it now has a 5-speed manual gearbox with an automatic locker. I found that this is really the only way we're gonna be putting that power down, because you can see here, even with the locker diff, we get 30.4% wheel spin, and the 0 to 100 kilometers an hour is a really good 6.2 seconds now. But if I go to an open differential, we're at 7.3 seconds. It's over a second acceleration time longer, and it's all down to the extra wheel spin. So I guess you can maybe see this as a very early Jaguar F-Type, and I say it this way rather than saying, oh, it's like a Jaguar E-Type. No, the F-Type has oftentimes been reviewed as being a very, very tail-happy car that just likes going everywhere sideways. And obviously with a locking diff, if it always locks the rear wheels, that's gonna increase straight line performance, but the second you enter a corner and hit the throttle, this thing's gonna go sideways. It's gonna, with the 300 horsepower in such a pretty light car, it's just gonna go sideways every opportunity it gets. And that's not for everyone, of course. But here we have basically a luxurious drift car, if you will. Well, not really, because this is still tuned for drivability. There we go. So if you enter a corner without applying throttle, it'll be perfectly safe. However, if you enter a corner and hit the throttle, you're gonna be going sideways, and you should know what you're doing. Quarter mile time is gonna be great in this one. That is a 14.3 second quarter mile time in 1966. Pretty safe to say that's faster than a Jaguar E-Type. It's faster than a lot of cars back then, or faster than a lot of the cars that were then considered fast. It is truly a very quick accelerating car. And there is a roadster version of it as well, which is basically exactly the same, but with but with no roof, and a little bit slower, of course, due to the extra weight. This will do the quarter mile in, let's see, 14.6, which is still very quick. And then there's one more version. The CS2 6.8. Yep, it's got the 6.8 liter V8 from the SXL1. Yeah. Aesthetically, there are a couple of minor changes. For example, that we now have 4 vents here, and they're not on over the fenders, but right on the bonnet and the bonnet hump as well. 8 vents for the V8, and then there was one more thing, I think. No, I think that's the only thing we changed. Yeah, okay, but still, that's the difference here. You're gonna be seeing this. You're gonna be seeing those differences in your rear view mirror, where it's probably not gonna stay for very long. The engine did get a significant retune. I mean, rather than 352 horsepower, we're making a 360 now. Actually, down a few newton meters of torque. But the decisive thing is this: we are now using a DCOE carbs for this engine, and actually we have so much more fuel octane to play with. Let me fix it for a second. Fix this. 374 horsepower still. Okay, 375 now. 375 horsepower, now also more torque than the old configuration. And a lot better throttle response than the old V8, than the old 6.8 liter. So this is gonna make this thing accelerate like crazy. Honestly, in such a light car, probably we won't even be able to put the power down. Yep, I decided for the 4-speed manual here, because I think longer gearing might help with the wheel spin a little bit. It also has a automatic locker diff, and oh, we don't have enough cooling airflow on this thing. That's reducing our reliability. Yeah. Okay, let's just go ahead and fix that right now. How do we do this? Probably not gonna help if we put stuff on the side or on the rear, or is it? Is this gonna help? It actually is. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be the one. We have something. Oh, that is for sure not gonna be the one we put here. You know what? I could just add a couple of these. Oh, but then, oh yeah, what I'm gonna do is actually add them over here, where they're not so apparent, not so easy to see when you're looking straight at it. But they're still there doing their job. Okay. So now we have enough cooling. Reliability goes up to 51.7. Top speed goes down a little bit. No, actually it doesn't. It totally doesn't. And quarter mile is probably not going to be that much faster because of all the wheel spin. Yeah, even a little bit of wheel spin in third gear. You can see at... Wait. That was... Oh, that was the time of the roadster. Yeah, it's actually not that much faster over the quarter mile. But, of course, we now have a quicker top speed. A faster top speed. I think that's like 160, 158 miles an hour or so. Yeah, in fourth gear, of course, you notice that the acceleration does start to drop off, but before that, it is real quick. That is a 17-second 0 to 200 kilometer an hour time. That is significantly faster than, for example, a Subaru BRZ. It is faster than a Mazda RX-8 or something. So, you know, even for some modern, smaller sports cars, this can totally keep up with them or beat them in terms of acceleration, despite being so old and not being able to put the power down very well. It does still have 375 horsepower at 1200 kilograms. So power to weight is still, you know, one of the better ways of making a car accelerate quick. In any case, the other... Well, it's not really a facelift, it's only an addition now. There's the... okay. There is now a coupe version of the large V8 luxury car. It's now the CXL1 here. The coupe version of the SXL1. The engine is virtually the same as in the other car, in the SXL1, and the only insignificant change though, which for 1965 the saloon will and the photo convertible will also get, is 2 piston brakes front and rear, and the fronts are also now a little bit bigger, 315 millimeters rather than 300. Yeah. Again, 3-speed auto, 7.4 seconds 0 to 100. Rear biased weight distribution, which I find kind of funny in a large car with a 6.8 liter V8. Excuse me, and of course the quarter mile is nowhere near the CS268, but it's not meant to be. It is still quicker than its rivals though. $15.8. Yeah, not bad. Could be better, of course, but could also be a lot worse. So I guess that was it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like or a comment if you did. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.